Hello, welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another random second monitor Diablo 3 episode. I believe this is episode 10 already. Pretty quick to get into the double digits. Just been recording like a bunch of videos in this game lately. But it's such an easy thing to record in, you know. And that's exactly because, as you all know by now, the only thing I have to do is press the record button. And I was wondering right now, like, alright, I still have like half an hour or a bit of time left at least before I have to go to bed. I have to wake up quite early tomorrow. What am I gonna do with my time? I could play some games, I could make some music, I could watch some YouTube videos, I could record a little. And then I was like, alright, I have the time to record again a little bit finally. What am I gonna record? And I was like, I should really actually edit some other videos. I should maybe record another WoW episode because that has been so long that people forgot that that was even a thing on this channel by now probably. And then I was like, but Diablo though. Diablo is a lot of fun, and Diablo also is a great way to wind down from the day really, because it has been quite a long day already. Even though it is normally my free day today on Wednesday, I went to work for a while for 2 clients, exceptionally. Definitely not something I want to get into the habit of doing. If you have a free day at work, make sure that it is just a free day. Sure, you can still do something at home if it's really necessary, but try not to really go into work if you have a certain day in the week that you normally don't go into work on. Because it feels rough. It feels that's a Goblin Rift if I've ever seen one. Alright, prepare for some lag. Jesus Christ. This is why we do normal rifts sometimes around here on the Onkruid channel, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't give us any XP. Is a bad way to farm anything in the game, but that is just like a dopamine boost that no one can deny is just amazing. Alright, I didn't really want to pick that item up. And what we're farming today is also still the gems, because we still need some augments and gems are still the bottleneck. But as I was saying, I need to put up more boundaries. A free day is a free day, and that's that. There does not have to be any leniency in that. It doesn't have to have any exceptions. No, a free day is a free day. End of discussion. This time around, this week, it is because on Friday I am not going in for work because we are leaving for a family weekend to the south of our country, to the beautiful little nature area we call the Ardennes. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that's why I was like, alright, so I already have one other free day this week, a day that I normally work. So maybe this week I can make an exception and I can go in on Wednesday. Big mistake. Not that I am like tired to the bone and not able to do anything or feel burned out or nothing like that, but it's just your body does give you signals. It gives you signals like, normally this is the point in the week where we have some rest. What's up with that? What's going on here, buddy? Huh? What you doing? What you doing, buddy? You should listen to your body a bit more, maybe, you know? Your body knows what's good for you. My body definitely knows what's good for me. The answer is 15 slices of Domino's pizza at 2 in the morning. That's definitely what's good for me, because I'm craving that every single day, so then it must be good for me, right? Right? Any dietary experts in the comments that can confirm that real quick? We're still going for ancient shoulders in Kadala. I say still, but I don't know if last time we were playing on camera we were going for ancient shoulders. Played a little bit off camera, but it was mostly to boost a friend, to give her level 70 some paragon levels, so that was maybe not the most enticing gameplay to watch. Even though it's not about the gameplay, you get what I mean, right? You catch my drift, I think. Alright, well, that was a lot of gems, but like really a lot. Let's look at it after some more rifts if we can. But I think we are definitely going to be able to augment one more item by now. Another normal rift. There we go. The goal for this video, clear out 5 normal rifts. That's everything we're going to have to do today. Which means that it's going to be a little bit of a short video, but that's also a-okay, you know. These videos don't need to have a predetermined length. And not many things in life have to be predetermined, right? I think you can wing it most of the time. Wasn't that like a Nickelodeon show, Winging It? About this guy that got a private angel to help him out. I think the angel's name was Porter. This is some kind of memory that I had previously locked away behind a locked door, but that has all of a sudden now just sprung back into my mind. Winging It, yeah, I think that was actually a series. Nickelodeon, big fan of it in the earlier days. iCarly, Drake and Josh, just a whole bunch of bangers all around, really. victorious. Ooh, don't even get me started on that little gem of a series. But then they started going for things like Sam and Cat, and that was like a bit, no thank you. All of a sudden it started, even as a child or a teenager, I realized like, this is feeling a bit like over-sexualized in some way, shape or form. It wasn't like right on the nose, they weren't pushing it on you into your face, but still it felt less innocent and less about funny little quirks and jokes than the other shows that I just mentioned did. Open your chests, people. You never know what will come out of them. For example, a bunch of useless legendary items that you will then have to salvage and will cost you more time in between rifts. The sound is so bugged sometimes. That helmet sound was just like plip, plip, and that's it. How has your guys' week been so far? Mine has been quite nice. Not too many clients at work, but an okay filled agenda. Enough to like pay for the rent and pay for the basic necessities in life this month, that's for sure. The next week is gonna be quite packed to the brim. But this week I always have that perspective ahead of me of like, alright, it's gonna be a calm weekend with some walking, with some board games, with a lot of reading. If I get the chance to do that, I'm gonna try and make the chance to do that because I know it gives me a lot of energy. So that's been fun this week, and it's gonna be fun later this week. Additionally, I started working on my motivational letter for the postgraduate education in the client-centered field. Something I am really looking forward to as well. It's gonna be amazing and a lot of fun. If I get in, of course, if they let me in. Let me in! Let me in! Feeling like Eric Andre on the boundaries on self-development and growth instead of like an actual fence. Bit of a far-fetched meme there, but I'm still quite proud of it. What else has been going on today? Went out for some nice spaghetti yesterday with some friends and my girlfriend. Really was the highlight of my day so far, and might be in competition with this weekend in the Ardennes to be the highlight of my week in general, because I absolutely love those people. I used to see them every single day when I was still studying, and now every time we meet up it's just such a treat. It's always one of the most fun groups to be around with. You feel loved unconditionally, you know? Unconditional love for who you are as a person, and you don't need to act special, you don't need to be active, energetic, wide awake, you don't need to have interesting things to talk about. No, you can just be there. Be there and you are never square. Just being there is already enough. Great lesson for therapy as well, of course. The fact that my friends that are just there can sometimes mean the world to me should help my imposter syndrome sometimes a little bit. That already being there for people can mean a lot. The conversations at work this week have already been going quite swimmingly, really, yeah. Had a bunch of good conversations, I think. Monday there was one, maybe a little bit on the more meh side, but I was still satisfied of it, for sure. Tomorrow I have 4 in the morning, I think, and then none in the afternoon, so their eyes are the size of the moon, and that's gonna be quite a chill way to end of the work week. I am still gonna go to my other workplace because one of the interns that has been there for a while and I have worked together with for a while, and it has really made me feel welcome and stuff at that work spot, is almost quitting, and tomorrow is one of her last days and she is gonna bring a little treat for us, and it's gonna be just quite a nice day. There's also another person that has been working there a lot longer than me that is having her last day tomorrow, so really it's a day that I want to be there. I want to say goodbye to those people. Definitely gonna miss them. A lot of people are leaving that workplace, sadly. Next year, if I still work there then, which I presume I probably will, my girlfriend is coming there for an internship. It's gonna be cool, weird, because of course, well, yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard to separate work from private life, because I will see her at work every day, or every day that I'm there, and then in my private life when I come home, of course. But I think we'll be able to just manage that swimmingly. I really have not a doubt in my mind that we're going to be able to pull that off nicely without too many hassles. This is rift number 4, I think, so in the end we are going to hit that 15-minute mark quite nicely, I think. Just like a little guidance number I have in my head for how long I want these episodes to be. It's not like a border. It's not like if I see all right, 15 minutes, damn. Right there, press the stop record button because it can't be any longer, but it's kind of something to aim at. And sometimes in life that is nice. It's nice to have a little bit of boundaries around what your options are. A lot of people in therapy also are like just overwhelmed by the choices they have to make in life and by all the different life paths they can go on. Especially prevalent in students, which is a population that I see often, so that's exactly why I see it. I get encountered with it so often in my line of work. Really have been getting a lot into the work, the way of thinking, the literature, and also just like podcast appearances and everything, just the mind of psychiatrist Dirk de Wachter. We have reviewed one of his books on the channel already, and I have talked about him a lot in the last couple of videos because I'm reading a bunch of his books, as I just stated, but he just has such a nuanced, beautiful view on therapy and on the world, in my opinion. Just focus on the small little nice things in life. And he always says he is a very nuanced man, a very what's the word in English? I'm looking for bescheiden, humble. He's a very humble man. He tells us like, all right, I know that a lot of people hear me speak or read my words and get something out of it, that I can support them in some way. And he's like, that's very empowering for me. I find that nice. At the meantime, he is so brutally honest about his own work, and he's like, but everything I say is so obvious sometimes, and I am definitely not the first one to say a bunch of these things, so they shouldn't put too much of an emphasis on my talent or my skill in that manner. I'm just here stating the obvious, but sometimes people still need to hear the obvious, and more often than not, people need to hear things that they don't want to tell themselves as well. So putting more effort into your relationship, for example. It's something that you always feel like, no, I'm putting enough effort into my relationship, I know for a fact, and then you start to realize like, wait, what is enough effort? And why would I feel like it's enough effort? I love this person, how will it ever be enough effort, right? I can always do a little bit more. But you also need to nuance that. You need to nuance that into realizing that, well, enough effort can also include just a whole bunch of small things. Just waking up, like Blink-182 already knew this years ago, right? But no, like waking up together, having breakfast, cooking together, going out for a drink with just the two of you, enjoying a nice glass of red wine, spilling that red wine on the table and on her skirt, having to leave the restaurant with what seems like the hardest menstrual period in her life. Everybody looking at you, you feel completely ashamed. It's the last time you and your partner ever meet up, and you split up just because of the little red wine incident. Next time at the restaurant or the cafe, order a white wine. You have been warned. As an experienced psychologist, somebody who knows about life and who has thought a lot about life, my main advice for you and for all my clients, this is like my main body of work, this is what I'm going to be known for later in life, is order white wine, not red wine. Even if you like red wine more, think about the scenario I just described. Do you want that? No, I don't think so. Spilling white wine all across her skirt or pants, happy International Women's Day by the way, spilling white wine all across your partner across from you at the table, A-okay. Gonna be a bit awkward, maybe gonna land you just a little slap in the face, just like a little reminder of like, hey, you are the clumsiest person I have ever seen, but that's A-okay. You can still stay there in the etablissement, you can still stay there in the restaurant, in the cafe, still enjoy your drinks. You don't have to leave, and nobody thinks that your girlfriend is producing the most amount of blood that is enough to give everybody extra blood of the blood group A- after the Hurricane Katrina. Kind of went off the rails a little bit. There was something funny in there, but I think I kind of botched it up for a quick second. I have to keep my mind in order. I have to slow my mind down as well, because sometimes it just starts racing and the only result is really that it stops making sense. It doesn't make any sense at all anymore. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.